Welcome to the Exes and Babies podcast, covering the good, bad, and the ugly of co-parenting. I'm your host, Sydney Swonigan, aka the Co-Parent Whisperer. Let's get into it. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited for you to be here to share your wisdom around co-parenting and how you've overcome a couple of different challenges, which we'll cover. But will you introduce yourself?
Yes. Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm Falynn Pina. You may have seen me on Real Housewives of Atlanta, maybe, or just in the media, in the big crazy scandal that happened after that.
It's juicy.
For sure.
Okay, let's just jump in. So you're co-parenting.
Yes, I've been co-parenting for a long time.
Okay, what is the co-parenting schedule like for you and your children?
Scheduling. Mm-hmm. I hate that word.
I know.
I started co-parenting when I was 17 years old.
Wow, okay, got it.
Yeah. I got pregnant as a kid, so obviously the decision making wasn't really there. The daddy issues were definitely apparent.
Okay. Got it. How old was the daddy?
He was 18.
Okay, got it.
And so for me, parenthood and learning and trying to navigate through all of this happened very, very early.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was like not being a parent. But throughout the years, co-parenting has been very hard.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone to think that it's supposed to be perfect. It's really ugly. It can be ugly.
So ugly.
It can also be very beautiful.
Yeah.
As it is for me today. However, the scheduling, I cannot stand that word. Okay, so
pain point.
My first baby daddy, as we love to call him, him and I went through court.
Okay.
You know, we had a custody battle. On. No, it wasn't until our son was 9.
Oh, okay, got it.
That we went through the custody battle.
Okay.
Because he was going through a lot. He was remarried. Okay. Or married. We were never married, but he was married, and, you know, he had a lot going on for himself, you know, very well, and his life was changing for the better. Right. And he wanted his son around more, and he wanted to be the custodial parent.
Oh, okay.
Whereas me, as the mom, you not getting my baby.
Right.
That's not happening.
Okay.
So I wanted to be the custodial parent, and he felt the same way that I did.
Right.
So, you know, we clashed in those areas. And then, you know, of course, in-laws gets involved. And you know, and you got to deal. It's a whole slew of things. You really have to be careful with, you know, who you get pregnant by. Right. And like they say.
No truer words.
Absolutely. But the reason as to why I don't like the term scheduling is because we actually were held to a parenting plan. Right. And that was, you know, given to us and created for us.
Oh, really?
By a guardian ad litem. Right.
No.
And which, for those of you who don't know, a guardian ad litem is like an attorney for the child.
Right.
Let's just put it that way. They don't care about you. They don't care about the other co-parent. They care about the child and what their needs and wants are. Sometimes it can be appointed to you by the judge, or sometimes one of the attorneys will know a good one and the other attorney will just agree, okay, we'll use this one, or you can pick one.
And that's not always necessary, right?
No.
It's just if it's more contentious.
It's not always necessary, but I have learned that more judges like to use a guardian ad litem than not, because parents do disagree so much within, you know, the court. So they do like to pick that person for the child, so that there's not any, you know, biased opinions going on. So we had a guardian ad litem. We came up with the parenting plan. We got through the custody battle.
How much were you guys? How much did you pay? Do you know? You don't have to tell me, but like, it's so expensive, and it sounds like
over Over 20,000.
Okay. Yeah.
Well over. Well over. And that's a gun to my head number. Well over. It was very expensive. Mm-hmm. By the time, and there were a lot of emotions.
Yes.
That went into that. For me, a lot of anxiety. For the both of us, a lot of hatred. Mm-hmm. That was just unnecessary.
Why do you say that? Well, unnecessary.
Because at the end of the day, we both wanted the best for our son. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe that had we not had outside opinions so involved in our parenting and our parenthood, we probably could have come to terms on our own. Right. But, when there's so many strong opinions that's in your business, right, it's really hard for us to just sit and say, you know what, this is what we said we're going to do from the beginning. Let's just stay on that track. Right.
What's some bad advice, if you can remember, that you got during that time?
Oh my God.
There was some bad advice you think he got during that time?
I don't necessarily remember bad advice, but I would say the bad that was fed into the situation is everyone having opinions about specifically my son's father. Okay. And then everyone having their own opinions based off of who I am and who they thought I was to my son's father. And I think the hardest pill for both of us to swallow were our mates. Okay. The step parent.
Okay, got it.
The step parent always has a very big influence. And it's hard to not give them that floor because that's your person. Right. How could you not value their opinion? But the thing is, the problem is that they're looking from the outside in. Yep. They weren't there when you were pregnant. Right. They weren't there throughout the doctor's appointments. They weren't there when that baby was born, and they weren't there, to see how happy the two of you were at one point in time for this child. Right. They weren't there when you guys made those agreements on how you were going to rear this child. Mm-hmm. And so they're coming from, once again, a biased place. Right. Because they're on your side and they want to protect you and they want to, have a say-so badly that their say-so can actually become detrimental to the child, to your relationship with your co-parent.
Absolutely. I hope people are listening to this because that is key.
It's important, the person that you choose. But the word scheduling, for me, to circle back to that, the reason as to why I don't like it is because we were stuck with co-parenting based off of the parenting plan that was set in place. So mind you, Christmas, Thanksgivings, Halloween, summer break, spring break, fall break, all these, down to MLK Day, all these days are very drawn out.
Yep. Veterans Day.
But yes, Veterans Day. All of them. Yeah. And here you are thinking, okay, so this is your day, this is my day. I get him for this many hours and you get him for this many hours. Us as parents were like, okay, great, there's a schedule. But as a child, how does that negatively, or how could it negatively impact the child? What does the child want? Mm-hmm.
It's usually not what's in the schedule.
They're not stupid. Children aren't stupid.
Nope. Very bright.
Perceptive. Yes. They're empaths, a lot of them, and so they pick up on energy. They pick up on all of these things. Even though you try to smile in their face, they know what's going on. They know they're not dumb. So when they say, hey, I don't know, for Mother's Day, you get a certain amount of hours if the child is with the dad during that weekend or whatever time. The mom gets him for maybe a day. It depends on everyone's parenting plan, but in my case, I got him for like hours. Who's to say the kid doesn't say, hey, I want to spend 2 days with you?
Right.
And if the other parent isn't receptive of that and they want to fight you on it, who's getting hurt? You're not hurting me.
Right.
You're hurting the child.
Right.
And that goes into the thing that I love and that I learned. The thing that I learned about co-parenting that best suits me and my co-parents is staying out of one another's business.
Yeah.
We don't care about what the other parent is doing.
Within reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course,
Okay,
as long as I trust my co-parents.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as the baby is safe
Right.
and, they're eating, they're healthy, they're happy,
Right.
It's not my business. And I think that that's a big issue with a lot of co-parents. They get so caught into what it is that their past is doing that they may even believe, oh, hey, this has to do with my kids, so let me speak up on it. And in actuality, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with the child.
Right.
The child is happy.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine.
Exactly.
It's you that has a problem with the fact that he's taking the child on a date with him to TGI Fridays or whatever.
Right.
You have a problem with the fact that they're introducing someone new to your child. But at the end of the day, that's something that you have to let go of because you can't control people.
No, you really can't. I don't even know that you would want to, right? Like,
it drains you so much.
Yeah.
It is so draining to
me.
care about stuff like that. It's so absolutely draining. I'll tell you, the second I let that go, that's when co-parenting became easy.
Got it.
But the way I let it go is that I learned that I had to trust my co-parent.
What does that look like? What did it take for you to be able to start trusting your co-parent?
You know what? It was all the fighting. It was all the fighting. One day I really had to sit down with God and I had to ask him, why are we fighting? Like, why is it that you're taking me through all of this stress? What is it that I need to learn? And I swear to you, Sydney, like, the answer just came flooding. Okay. And the answer is, that is not your business. Just let it go. Let it go. Is your kid happy? Does your kid love their dad? Are they safe? It's fine. Let it go. And once I let it go, I learned in that very moment, wait a minute, I trust my son's father. I don't distrust him.
Okay.
I trust him.
Beautiful.
I trust him. And I know that he would never, ever allow anybody to do anything to our child. He loves that kid just as much as me. And that's why we're fighting.
Right.
We're fighting the same cause.
Right.
But we're fighting each other. We're fighting against each other. For what?
Right.
He loves him. I love him. His parenting style may be a little bit different than mine, especially as they get older. But I had a boy. Yeah. I had to let go of those reins, too, because I don't know how to raise a black man.
Right.
I don't know how to do that. Can I do it? Absolutely. Yeah. Like a lot of these mothers have raised a lot of black men on their own.
Yep.
Can I do it? Hell yeah. All of us can do it. Can I do it as effectively as he can do it? No. No, I cannot. And that was a big pill to swallow.
That's tough.
That was not easy.
That's tough. Because I will say, as I watch some of these videos of like, this is tough love, this is what fatherhood is. I struggle with that because I do feel like some of that tough love, absolutely, I'm all about. I mean, I think holding your kid accountable, telling them the real that's appropriate, right? Like keeping it real with them, right? But also being emotionally available for them and being there for them and respecting and honoring their emotional needs is so important, especially for boys that are going to become men. I think a lot of the issues that we have today that we see even with our country and all the things that we see with, I think, I don't know, there's like a loneliness epidemic for men apparently and things like that. And so I think it has to do with some of the ways that we've been like, well, this is how you raise a man. But I know that there's truth to it. Like there's some things, especially a black, like you said,
absolutely,
like we're raising black men. And no, not everyone's going to be ready to give you a hug when you have trouble. So they need to be resilient and ready for that.
Right.
And it feels like a catch-22 type of thing, you know?
Yep.
Like, but I hear what you're saying. I just, sometimes.
I know.
I'm just like.
I know. Especially.
There's gotta be some balance.
Especially as the mom. You know, we're like, oh, my baby.
Right.
Don't yell at my baby.
Right.
You're hurting. You know, that other side of him that we nurture so much, the emotional side that we want our sons especially to feel comfortable with. You know, we don't want to silence that part of them because, you know, we were raised during the time where parents did silence us and it was because I said so.
Right.
You know, we don't necessarily live in those times anymore. I know I don't. I don't tell my children because I said so.
Oh, no.
Even if I'm so frustrated with them and I'm like, you're really asking me a stupid question right now?
When I just need
you know why you can't touch the stove.
Right.
But I'm going to explain it to you anyway, you know, and I'm totally against the because I said so thing. I really do explain to my children any and everything as much as I can, as any time I get a chance. Yeah. Because I never want them to feel silenced.
Right.
Even when they have opinions about me. I'm only human. And mind you, my oldest two children, I have 5. My oldest 2 children are 18 and 17.
Got it.
And they have a lot of opinions.
I bet. My 10-year-old
especially
does.
me being in a public eye.
Oh, tell me more.
Ooh,
I'm so very curious.
They're boys, so they are so opinionated. Even my 12-year-old. He's like, one day he came up to me, he goes, did you cheat on Simon?
Oh, wow. A 12-year-old?
He judged me. Oh, he judged me so hard.
He has access to that information outside
Absolutely.
of you. Wow.
They have phones. Absolutely. He goes, did you cheat on Simon? Because I read something.
Oh, good. On the internet.
I said, no, boy.
I
said, don't believe everything you read on the internet about your mother. Okay?
That's wild.
If you want to know something, I will tell you. The brutal honesty before I would tell the world.
Right.
I'm going to tell you. Yeah. But that will be one day when he's ready for that. He's still 12, so no.
Can we actually talk about that for a second? Because co-parenting's hard, right? Yeah. It's hard. Doesn't matter who you are. Parenting is hard. Humaning is hard. So yes, co-parenting is going to be hard. But adding the layer of a public eye, like what about that, the public eye, do you think impacts co-parenting? Like, do you think that impacts the co-parenting dynamic and the outcome someone can have having a public eye, having everyone in your business? And if so, have you experienced that yourself?
Honestly, for me, my children's fathers, after the fame really hit, they became nicer.
Really? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all heard it first.
They became
Go
nicer.
get famous and you'll have better co-parenting.
Shout out to them. But no, they became nicer.
Why do you think that is?
Because they wanted to be on my good side. I don't know.
Smart. Yeah.
They weren't, but also as that time was going on, our children were getting older. And as they got older, co-parenting became a lot easier. Okay. You know, no one was as angry anymore and no one was as controlling. No one was trying to strong arm the other person and well, I'm the mom, well, I'm the dad. Right, it was no more of that. It was just like, take your son. Right. At some point it gets to like, your son. And it became that at some point. Not saying that there weren't difficulties. Right. There was a lot of butting heads. Like I said, we were in and out of court for years.
Which parents?
Both Troy and Dylan's fathers. Yeah, we were in court.
What was that like? Sorry, I'm like seeing the costs of lawyers. I'm like, 2 custody?
It wasn't cheap. And there was no way that could have happened without my ex-husband. I will give him that. Okay. I know everybody in the media, they always see things in headlines about us.
And that's Simon.
Yeah. Okay. And it's always so negative. But I will give him that. I didn't know anything about law, like family law. I was very ignorant to it. And when I met Simon immediately, I told him about, I confided in him about my legal issues that I was dealing with and something I had been served with, but it wasn't true.
Oh, been there. Keep going.
Yes. And so he read it. It was an affidavit that my son's father had filed, but it wasn't true. And he read over it, and immediately he called his attorneys and was like, he said, Falynn, this is all wrong. No. And after that, I lawyered up, and we were in court for a few years. Okay. It was really ugly. It was really ugly. The judge ended up what they called the set aside. They set aside the original affidavit that was made against me. Okay. And then we once that was set aside, then we really went to court. Okay. And we battled it out for years until the point where now it's like, my son lives with his father now. Okay.
Was that a part of the outcome?
Yeah. So my son ended up coming to live with me by the time he was 10, I think. He lived with me until before that, he lived with me and his dad. Back and forth. He lived with me in California, and then he came to Atlanta, and he lived with his dad in Atlanta. Then I moved back to Atlanta, and he was living with his father. Okay. And then that's when the court stuff really started happening.
What was the fight? Was it residential time?
Was it what?
Or custodial? Was it just like who wants to have more time?
Yeah, it was who wanted to be the big kahuna, right. Who wanted to be the custodial parent. And throughout that time frame, it really taught me a lot. I believe it taught him a lot. I think the thing that I learned the most, I'm sorry to go back to, yes, he lives with his dad now. He's 18 now.
Okay, got it.
He graduated high school just recently. Awesome. Yes, this year. Shout out to Troy. Love you, baby. Mwah. His dad is amazing. He's a great dad. He works his ass off for his son, and that's one thing I've always been grateful about. Our fight has always been about who wants to be the custodial parent. It's never been about, oh my God, you're a bad parent, or, you just are a neglective parent, and oh my God, I hate you. There were things that came up in court that would suggest that. However, there wasn't anything where we were just like, you just need to be X'd out of the child's life or anything like that. So I'm grateful for that. Mm-hmm. But girl, it was hard. It was really hard. That takes a toll. It was stressful. But the thing that I learned the most is that it was hard on Troy, my son. It was hard on him. Mm-hmm. He felt, and this is a message for all the co-parents, my son felt like he had to pick sides, And that's why I say children aren't stupid. You cannot say anything to them directly. They're not dumb.
Yeah, they'll know.
They know. Something. They know. I mean, whether it's also in-laws that they overhear gossiping.
Yes.
It's always the in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Always the in-laws. That's a whole story.
That's a message for in-laws.
A message to in-laws.
Do better.
Because the amount of stories that I have heard from my children, Grandma said this, Granddad said this, Auntie said this, Uncle said this. And it's like, it's never the dad. I never really hear, Daddy said this. It's always the in-laws. And I'm like, oh my God.
In-laws have a role to play. I'm actually going to interview a mom, like a grandma, who was one of those in-laws, and she owns it. She's like, I was that person who projected my own, fears onto my son and said, go for full custody. And, because I want to see my grandbaby during the holidays and things like that. And it's so selfish. It is. And these people who we're listening to aren't really trained and don't know what co-parenting really is. So you have to set boundaries. This is something I tell my guests, or my audience, is you have to set boundaries with them. Let them know, here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to co-parent, which means this is how you can contribute to it. Hold me accountable when I'm messing up. Don't just take my side blindly and, knowing that I'm causing harm and stuff. Hold me accountable, because this is, at the end of the day, it's going to help our child. And no, we don't hate the other parent, because kid wouldn't be here without them, right?
Right.
So here's how I need you to support me. Be there, but don't pile on, because that's not going to help this grandbaby you love so much.
Right. Absolutely. I agree 100%. The thing is that emotions run so high that people lose sight of that.
Yes.
And when they lose sight of that, it becomes like an all-out war.
Right.
Who's right, who's wrong, and this and that. But like I said, the child is the one who's getting hurt, not me.
Right.
Not the father.
Right.
Not even y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's the child.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are going to lose out.
Has he been able to articulate some of that impact now that he's a little older?
Yes. So now that my children are very, very articulate, and I've allowed them the space. I've allowed them the floor to express this over time. So it's nothing that is new. They've always expressed themselves. They've always been welcome to do so. Even when I piss them off, they tell me, and I welcome it.
Same.
Because mommy is only human, and you're only human, and this is my first time doing this, and I had you guys when I was just a kid. So we grew up together. Right. They know that. So it's always been a very open platform for them. I've always wanted, I don't believe in the saying, oh, you aren't your children's friend. I am my children's friend. I understand the meaning behind that phrase.
Right.
However, I tell my children all the time, if you don't feel comfortable enough to come to me, the person who birthed you and raised you and watched you grow, then who is it that you feel like you're comfortable with?
Right.
You're going to go out in the streets and, just become friends with a random stranger and hope for the best. And I hope for the best. I hope you guys remain friends until forever. Right. But if that doesn't happen, or even if it does, your mom is never your friend? Absolutely not.
Right.
You will always respect me.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah.
They would never disrespect. Oh my God, my sons love the crap out of me. They are my protectors. They would never disrespect me, but at the same time, they know they can come to me about anything. Do they come to me about everything? No. Absolutely not. They're not, and I thank the Lord for that. Please don't come to me for everything. A little
discernment never hurt nobody.
Yeah. Let's keep some things. They grown now, so exactly. I don't want to know everything. But they come to me about things that children don't necessarily feel comfortable enough to talk to their parents about, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm grateful for the relationship that I instilled in my children, and they're the same way with their dads.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. How would you say, because I've interviewed folks who have a couple of different co-parents, and they'll say, okay, well, the first co-parent, second co-parent, we have a better relationship because X, Y, and Z. Would you say there's some kind of differences like that?
Yes. Okay, so the first co-parent is, so I have, let me count. Yes, I have 4 baby
daddies. Okay. All right.
I have 4 baby daddies. The first co-parent, he's like, the main one I'm talking about tonight, he's like gung-ho with his son. That is his, oh God, they act just alike. It's really annoying. Yeah, it's so annoying. Yeah. I love my son to death, but it's really annoying at times. But no, they're like this, right? And he's the one that I fought with the most. But we fought because we wanted the best for our son, but we felt like I have the best. No, I have the best. Or I know the best. Or I know the best. So it was like a chess war. Whereas the second one, he didn't necessarily have too much of an impact because he won custody and then my son went to live with his mother. He was in the military. Girl, it's a whole story that people don't know. But yes, as much resentment as I have had over there, and he knows this. He knows. As much resentment as I have had with him and his mother, I've learned to heal from that as well.
What did that take? Because there's so much pain that can come from these disputes and these disagreements and things like that. And to feel like you're being robbed of time with your child and things like that is a pain I don't think people really get. How did you heal?
It took years. It took many years. But over time, I'll spare you the story. But it was very long. It was very deep. That son is now 17 years old, and he's thriving. He's happy. We have a great relationship. Always have. I've always been in his life, just not in the way that a mother would want. I mean, after I lost him, I broke out in shingles. I was depressed for many, many years. And our bond was essentially broken. It was taken away from me because they won custody of him when he was 9 months old.
Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah. And the way they won custody was because I was going through postpartum depression, and I was only 19. I didn't understand what that was. And I didn't have family or anyone to help me and tell me what that was. And they used those symptoms against me in court. And they won.
And does that
because I wasn't
the baby?
No, it did not. No, it did not. It hurt my baby. It hurt him. And to this day, he's still trying to understand certain things. But I'll tell you this, Dylan, his name is Dylan. Dylan is he's a strong one. He's a tough cookie. So, and he has a very, very, very big heart. Of all my children, he has the biggest heart. Yeah. And his grandmother, God rest her soul, she just recently passed. He's been dealing with that, but she instilled a lot of good in him. Okay. So
2 things can be true.
Absolutely. So, I mean, even throughout all of that, you have to focus on the positive. And the positive is my baby is happy and he's healthy. He is striving, and he's so well off, and he's so smart. He's so smart. And just watching him just live life and create his own life as a young man, it's really endearing. It's lovely to watch.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Goodness. Oh, I'm sure we could do multiple episodes because there's so much. I'm like, oh, can we go there?
Ooh, there's so much to dive into.
Okay, before because I know we're kind of getting at time. Unfortunately, I'm like, so much I want to cover. You are married.
Yes.
You have your husband. How long have you been married to Jalen?
Less than a year. We got married in December of 2024. Thank you.
Awesome. Beautiful ring.
Thank you.
What I've seen, I've seen some scrutiny towards you and Jalen when it comes to stepfatherhood. I know what's new. But being a big deal, people throw shade, I guess. That's part of it. I'm so scared of that.
And they will.
I'm so scared of that.
Anywho, they do it anyway.
But I still have to say, I've seen people like try to throw shade and like assume things because of maybe there's sometimes just photos of Jalen and his like, you know, let's say like blood children, if you will, and maybe not some of the step kiddos in the photos and things like that. Can you share like what's that like, you know, building your blended family and then having people just misunderstand what you guys are trying to accomplish?
Yeah. So there were a lot of comments, right, about him not posting.
Right.
My son, my 12-year-old, who still lives with us.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's bullshit. At the end of the day, just because, and I've said this even on my own Instagram about my own children, I don't post them very often. And then when I do, it's like, oh, you don't post your kids. You must not love them. Oh my God. I hate my children because I don't post them on social media for you guys to feed it them.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard so many things, like so much projection from posting my children, which is exactly why I stopped posting them for a long while. Okay. And even my older ones have expressed that they don't like being posted at times. Okay. So I stopped. Okay. And yeah, absolutely. I respect my kids. Mm-hmm. I respect their wishes. If they say they don't want it, then they don't want it. And whoever has a problem with that, you can screw off. I don't care. Right. But you know, as far as Jalen goes, my husband, who doesn't necessarily post Liam, and he's been posting his daughter, his 3-year-old daughter, and his 2-month-old son, he's not obligated to do so. That does not mean that he does not love Liam. Right. He loves the hell out of Liam. They're constantly play fighting and doing crazy stuff around the house. They get yelled at by me all the time. Like, no, it's annoying. Yeah. They're always joning on each other and they're always doing something with each other. It's annoying. Yeah. But he loves the mess out of my kids. I mean, he's always asking me, do the kids need money? You know, like, are they good? Did you talk to them today? Or like, when's the last time you talked to the oldest, talking about the oldest ones because they're not in the house. So he's like, oh, when's the last time you talked to them? One of them called me, you know, oh, I didn't call him back. I forgot, you know, I was at work or whatever. So, no, I mean, he's been in their lives since, I don't know, Liam might have been 5 or 6. Liam is 12 now.
Got it. He's been around. Yeah.
He's been around, right. You know. So, yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And I truly feel like people project their own experiences with step parents onto our family dynamic without even knowing anything. Mm-hmm. Just because he hasn't posted him, right? It's like, oh, you don't love him.
I saw the comments. I was like, dang.
He hates posting. He doesn't even post on Instagram like that. If you go look at his Instagram, like, he doesn't even post. But when he does, it's usually because I'm the one who curated some type of pictures. Liam is 12. Liam doesn't like taking pictures.
That's all right.
He's outside playing basketball without his shirt on with the whole neighborhood 24/7.
Okay.
He's not going to take pictures. Mm-hmm. Unless he's like, hey, y'all want to take a picture? And guess how rare that is? Yeah. As rare as y'all see it. So,
like, what did you see in Jalen, or what were you thinking about in terms of bringing another man into your children's life?
That was very hard. After my ex-husband, that was really hard.
Okay. Did your ex-husband do a good job being a step parent?
My ex-husband didn't do a good job at being a parent to his own children, let alone. I think he did a better job with my children than his own children, to be honest with you.
Got it.
And that's not even shade. That's just honesty.
Observation.
Because my children lived with us 24/7. Okay. So he was around them a lot more than his own children.
Got it.
And he created a relationship with them, a closer relationship with them. So that was difficult because I'm going to go viral for this. My children used to call Jalen Uncle Jalen.
Oh.
Oh, y'all are going to hate me for that one.
Okay.
I didn't see it coming, okay? I didn't know. That he would I'm not God. I'm not a psychic.
Stepdaddy Jalen. Okay, got it.
He would then become stepdaddy. Yeah, so he was Uncle Jalen, and he was always around them. Mm-hmm. you know, and they always had a close relationship. But it was still even hard going from, you know, Simon being my husband and being their dad, their stepdad, their father figure, to then not. Simon no longer talking to my children and just cutting them off abruptly. That's what he believes, though. I mean, he's come out and said that. That's what he believes. He believes that once the relationship is over, he should not have a relationship with the children at all. So he cuts them off, too, which I don't believe in that. But, you know, to each his own.
That's brutal.
There are people who believe that, you know, to each his own. And, yeah, so with Jalen coming in, I think the hardest part was my older sons accepting, hold up.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh. Like, you were our mom's friend. So, and you're closer to our age. You know, they were used to me being married to someone who is almost 30 years older than me. Okay. And now I'm with someone who's 9 years younger than me.
Okay, got it.
So them...
Is that the trick? Is that the secret? Like, younger, date younger? I'm hearing better things about the younger folks. These, like...
When a man is ready, he's ready.
Okay.
When he's not ready, he's not ready. Even if he believes he is ready, that does not mean that he is ready. I don't care how old he is. There are men in their 20s who are ready, who are born ready, who want to be a husband and want to be a dad. There are men who are in their 50s and 60s who do not want to be a husband, who are not ready to be a dad, and who are. Right. When a man is ready, he is ready, and he will not be ready because you made him. He will be ready because he is ready for him to be ready. Right. A woman cannot force a man to be a father nor a husband. They can try. The man can try to change for her. But what's going to happen is he's going to resent her for it. Because he did not make that decision on his own, and you emasculated him. And he's always going to believe that. He will always hate you for it.
Right. Message.
Yes. And so my ex-husband was not ready. Okay. That's not what he wanted. He thought he wanted that. That's not what he wanted. Okay. My current husband, the first time we were together, that's not what he wanted. That's what he thought he wanted. He did not want to be a husband. Okay. He did not want to be a dad. Okay. So it stressed him out when it came. Okay. And then shit hit the fan. Yep, it starts coming out. And as much as we loved each other, love is never enough.
Another message.
It's never enough, especially when you're trying to build an empire together and it didn't already come created. Right. When you're trying to build that together, your foundation has to be solid. Yeah. And it wasn't. It wasn't solid because he wasn't ready for that to happen. Okay. The person who he is today, he approached me. I was out in the streets, okay? I was outside.
I love the Cardi B song Outside.
I was with Falynn was, okay? Falynn was being Falynn. She was being a big Taurus. But when he came, my husband came to me and he was like, listen, I ain't gonna play no games with you. I want you. I'm ready to step up. I'm ready to be a man. I'm going to take care of you. What do you need? He didn't say too much of anything. He came with action.
Wow. Oof.
He didn't say much of nothing. Okay. He just said, oh, what?
That's the way to do it.
You need your phone bill paid? I was like, no, but yeah.
I mean, if you want it.
It's there. I mean, I ain't paid yet. You know, you need an oil change. What's that? I'm just a girl. Stop. I can't. Girl, I'm driving my Maserati. Yo. Let me tell you. The light came on. I was like, what's this? Like, I don't know. I don't know these things, okay? I'm used to having a man. Yeah. And, you know, we take those things for granted when, when it's not around. Yeah. He was like, you know, oil change. I was like, yeah, I do. I guess I do. And he came and he did that. And so we got married quick. And then we got pregnant quickly again after that. Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful children. All your whole family, so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love watching, you know, some of the clips I've seen you in and sharing your heart and your mind and how you think about parenting. Even just right now, I'm like gushing. Like, I love how you talk about your kids and respecting them. I admire that. And then the healing. I really appreciate you sharing your journey. And I know we probably got a couple more episodes in us because
we're gonna have to do so much unpacking.
Yes,
because there's so much, and I know people are gonna have so many questions after this. You know, and I have so much. I mean, even on the legal aspect, like everything that I learned with co-parenting. You know, having children out of wedlock, having children while married, and there's a big difference.
Okay,
there's a huge difference.
I only know the first one. Having a kid outside of marriage, so
outside of it, well, no, same. Well, now I don't, but like before, same. You know, and there's a lot that goes into that for mothers and fathers' rights, and you know, things like that. But not that I'm a professional. Disclaimer: I'm not a legal professional. I'm just talking from experience and being in custodial battles for years.
Which, that is brutal. I can't even imagine the psychological, emotional, physical strain. But
oh my God, if I ever even received an email from my attorneys or a text from my baby daddies, I immediately had a panic attack. Like, it was just anxiety.
This is the stuff people don't talk about. And it's not worth all that.
It's not.
What are some parting words that you would want to share with co-parents right now?
Ooh, parting words with co-parents. I'll say this. As bad as it can be, and as bad as it can seem right now, do not speak negatively about your co-parent. That is really hard to do, and you may mean well. I mean, you can say something as simple as, well, Daddy wouldn't let you get ice cream, but Mommy will let you get ice cream. Daddy's just going through a lot right now, and he couldn't be attentive to you, or something like that. That still goes under the category of speaking negatively about your co-parent. It affects them in the worst way as they become young adults, as they become teenagers and become more opinionated. And you may not, like I said, you may not have meant it like that, but that's not how they perceive it.
Right.
That other person is their hero, whether you like it or not, and whether you may view them as the person that they are. That is your experience with that person. That is not their experience with that person.
Right.
And it's not fair to you to dump your experience with that person onto them. Not especially if it's their hero.
Yep.
So as hard as it can be, please try to refrain from talking negatively about the other parent and also the in-laws.
Yes.
I know.
+1.
I know.
+1.
I know. It can be hard, but it all works out in your favor in the long run. And really just listen to them and just be there for them. I don't care how badly it may be. Just listen and show up. And I promise you, it will work itself out later.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing and just bringing your authentic self here. I really appreciate it. That's what I love about your content and what you've shared. You're just so authentic, so caring, and I appreciate you bringing that here for our audience.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I was so excited to do this. I'm like, co-parenting? I'm there.
Let's do it.
I'm a pro.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Clock it.
Bye. Thank you for watching. Please click like, subscribe, and share.